Hi, what's up guys? This is Ricky Bush, and I thought I'd give my first impressions on the Battlefield 1 open beta, and what I think is good and what I think is not so good. I have been playing the game on both PC and on PlayStation 4, and I probably have over 30 hours of playing time by now, so as you see me wrecking people here with the gun you get when you're a tanker, which feels like a soft air gun. So let me start off with what I don't like about it. Well, first of all, there are quite a few bugs. That's to be expected in a beta, I guess, but you gotta remember we're less than 2 months from release. I'm also guessing this is probably a pretty old build, the open beta you get to play, but kinda get me a little bit nervous. One thing you will always see in a Frostbite engine game or in a Battlefield game is the movement, and when you get stuck on small rocks and just all kinds of things, get stuck when you're trying to climb something. That can be so annoying. Can't count how many times I've died from actually getting stuck in a small rock. Well, I'm not going to go on here forever about the small bugs that are in the game, because I expect most of them to be gone by launch, but the spawn bug, you can choose a player or a squad mate or attacking point or a flag or whatever you're spawning on and still get spawned in the base. And on a big map like Sinai Desert, that's annoying. And now I'm gonna talk about the snipers. Not particularly the snipers, but the way DICE or EA decided to create this map. As you will see me knife 3 guys here. I really don't understand why DICE made it so you can climb every mountain. There are just too many lame spots to hide on. And it's so hard to spot, especially on the PS4, and I expect the Xbox One to be the same. They're so hard to spot guys up in the mountains. I don't know how many times I've been killed by a sniper that I didn't even see, or couldn't even see, even though I knew exactly where he was. And that is really one thing that I don't expect them to change, and that's kinda sad. There's just too much sniping going on. And now let me talk about the tanks. They are kinda overpowered. That's an understatement. They are really overpowered. I can't count how many times I actually survived the entire round in a tank and went 20, 30, 40-0. Even though they're probably not better than the tanks in Battlefield 3 or 4. It's just that the infantry don't have as many weapons to take them out. That's the main problem, but they really need to balance out the tanks. And on Rush, there shouldn't be any tanks on Rush at all, at least not in my opinion. And especially not 3 tanks, which it is now. That's just way too many. And speaking of Rush, the 12v12, which actually works out pretty good, even though I think the perfect number would be a player count of 32, so it would actually be 16 versus 16. But Rush actually is better, so I shouldn't talk about this bad section, but I'll get to Rush later. The most annoying thing of them all in Battlefield 1 is the spread of the weapons. I understand that weapons weren't as accurate in World War 1 as they are today, but it is kind of strange that the bolt action rifles are so inaccurate as they are. I found the support class weapons, the light machine guns, to be the most accurate. I think that needs some balancing out. At least the bolt action rifles should be more accurate. Well, other than that, there's not that much more to complain about. So let me get to the good part of the game. So why not start with the most obvious of them all, the graphics. Like I said, I played the game on PC and on PlayStation 4, and the game looks amazing on PlayStation 4, but on Ultra on PC, just wow, might be the most beautiful game I ever played. The sandstorm, the reflections, the lighting, the shadows, it's just perfect. And the optimization for it is just awesome. I'm running a GeForce 970, not a beast computer at all, and I run it on Ultra and I get a constant at least 100 FPS. And now over to the second most obvious thing, the sounds. The sounds have always been good in Battlefield games, but I just gotta say, they took it up a notch in Battlefield 1. Just take the planes for a ride, or even just listen to all the different weapons. They all sound amazing, they all sound different. The different explosions, just everything sounds amazing. Even the voiceovers of the soldiers when they scream different stuff sound amazing. So yeah, 10 out of 10 dice for the sound. Well, now we're gonna get to the not so obvious thing, the air combat. I actually enjoy doing air combat now and doing bombing runs and stuff. No lock-on bullshit. And just the fact that the planes are so much slower. I know it's different time periods, obviously, but the dogfighting is just so much fun now, and it's not just that it's more enjoyable now, it's also more noob-friendly. Well, I can't remember the last time I had fun in a Battlefield game flying. Probably one of the first Battlefield games. Now let's talk a bit about the map structure, which, at least in my opinion, hasn't been DICE's strongest point. I actually got to play the closed alpha, and I thought that map was probably better than Sinai Desert, even though I like Sinai Desert as well. It brings out a lot of fun fighting, especially around C on Sinai Desert. Just so much fun, chaos, and all kinds of different stuff, as you see me wrecking people here in the tank on C. Gotta say the objectives in Rush also have better placement than they did in previous games, so I believe Rush will have a rise in Battlefield 1. Now over to the bolt-action rifles. Even though they annoy me because of the spread of the bullets, I still just love using them. They are so satisfying to use, so satisfying to kill people with. DICE really, once again, did a really good job with them. Well, in Battlefield 4 we had Levolution, the new advertising thing, so they can get people from Call of Duty or whatever their plan was. It didn't quite work out the way they thought, so they brought in these armored trains and behemoths and stuff, which actually works a lot better. The armored train is actually so much fun, and it's actually very well balanced, I must say. If you have a couple of squad mates in and actually use strategy for how you approach different flags and stuff, it makes a world of difference. You can really turn a game around with just using the armored train right. Well, Battlefield 1 just really benefits from being a World War 1 game. There are so many things I don't miss about Battlefield 4. Just think of the attack planes, the attack helicopters, and don't get me started about the UCAVs. And all the grenades in Battlefield 4. Even though they patched it and fixed it, sorta, kinda, it was still just way too much. Another thing that really benefits from the World War 1 setting is the horses. Wow, they did a great job with the horses. They just look so right. The animations they did for them are perfect. They are so much fun to ride around on. They are so much fun to run over people with. They're just another great addition to the game. So yeah, let me come to a conclusion from my playing time in the closed alpha and the open beta. Well, I think DICE and EA have a real good thing going for them with Battlefield 1. This game absolutely rocks. And now is the perfect time to make a good game, since at least it feels like a lot of the Call of Duty players may be switching over to the Battlefield series this year. So this is exactly the game DICE and EA needed. Well, I for one can't wait for the full game's release. I can't wait to see the different maps. I know there are quite a few leaks online, not with actual gameplay, but screens and stuff, and they all look amazing, so we got a lot to look forward to. And just think about all the stuff we haven't actually seen yet. From the screens, you could actually see Destroyer, and the whole sea combat thing, which is supposed to exist in Battlefield 1, which you haven't even seen yet. All the different guns, attachments, cars, tanks, planes. Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to, and we should probably get a lot more information in the coming weeks. So yeah, that's about wraps this video up. Battlefield 1 releases October 21st for Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC. So yeah, thanks for watching this video guys, I'll see you out on the battlefield.